CIET NCERT presents audiobook Interactions, activity book on listening and speaking for classes 6 to 10.
Page 80.
Chapter 34 Conservation of Water.
Learning Outcomes. 1.
Learners will be able to listen for gist, specific information, and detail in the given text.
2.
Learners will be able to express their ideas regarding conservation of water.
3.
Learners will be able to participate in discussions and come up with measures to save water at school.
Warm up. A.
Work in pairs to solve the crossword puzzle given here. In the across section, from left to right, 3 is a 4-letter word associated with games that begins with the letter P. 5 is a 5-letter word associated with the word room and begins with the letter C. 6 is a 4-letter word associated with a car and starts with W. Down, which is the top to bottom direction, has 1, water, which is a 4-letter word beginning with B. 2, which is a word that is associated with television, has 5 letters in it. 4, which is a 4-letter word starting with R, is associated with books. Now, we shall go to page 162 to look at Appendix 34.
Page 162.
Appendix 34. This has the answers to the warm-up activity on page 80. Across, the 4-letter word associated with games, starting with P, is play. Across, the 5-letter word associated with room, starting with C, is clean. The 4-letter word associated with a car, 6, and starting with W, is wash. In the down direction, the letter associated with water, B, leads to the 4-letter word boil. 2, which is a 5-letter word associated with the letter W and linked to television, is watch. The final word in the crossword is a 4-letter word associated with books starting with R, and it is read.
Page 163.
Listening text. In Pune, 7,000 school children have been empowered to conserve water. What they do is simple. They collect water left in their bottles in a large drum put up on the school campus after school hours. This water is used for watering plants and lawns and cleaning the school premises. 2 years ago, one school in the city faced water shortage. It had no water to mop and flush, forget watering the plants and lawn. The garden had also dried up. A limited budget restricted it from availing water tankers on a regular basis. The school administration thought of a plan. It estimated that children would have about 150 milliliters of water left in their bottles at the end of the day. Collecting water instead of wasting it made sense. This way, 300 to 400 liters of water would be saved every day. At the end of the day, the students were encouraged to pour all water left in their bottles into the drum. Every child had to do this without fail before leaving the school. A student squad would keep a watch on leaking taps all day. There are about 20 student volunteers in the squad from classes 5 to 9. They check the taps for leakage in the morning, before and after recess, and at end of the day, and report to the authorities concerned immediately. Now, we shall go to page 80 Chapter 34 Conservation of Water.
B.
Discuss the following questions with your friend.
1,
Do you do any of the activities mentioned in the crossword?
2,
How many liters of water do you approximately use in a day?
3,
Have you tried to conserve water in your everyday routine?
4,
What are the measures that your school has taken to check the wastage of water?
page 81. Activity 1. Listening. A.
Listen to the following measures taken by a school to save and use water efficiently on its premises. As you listen, match the sentences in column A with those in column B.
Column A. 1,
In Pune, thousands of children have learnt to
2,
the water collected in the water tank.
3.
Students store.
Column B. A.
The leftover water from their water bottles in the school water tank.
B.
Save and recycle water.
C.
Is used for watering the plants and lawns and cleaning the school premises.
B.
Listen to the report again. Work in pairs and discuss the given questions.
1,
What is the tone of the report? Which words suggest this tone?
2,
What positive qualities does the report indicate with respect to the students? How?
3,
Compare the measures taken by the school in Pune to conserve water with those adopted by your school. How are these measures different from the ones taken at your school? To what extent are they similar? Why do you think it is so?
Activity 2. Speaking. A.
Work in groups of 4 and make a 3-minute oral presentation on the measures your class needs to take to save the different sources of energy used by the school. How and why should these steps be taken? Share your presentation with the entire class. Allow feedback and discussion. Chapter 34 Conservation of Water ends here.
Activity book on listening and speaking for classes 6 to 10. You were just listening to this audiobook. Read by Akash and Dr. Anandana Kapoor. Recorded by Bati Langlingdo and Vikas Sangwan. Production assistants Tanu Gupta. Directed and produced by Vandana Arimardhan. This audiobook is presented to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.